on, let's do beautiful smiles. I love the app, by the way. So thank you. Let's go ahead and get started. As you all know how we start our team meetings. Next slide, please. Our mission is to provide agents with a place where they will be empowered, trained, and motivated to experience growth, wealth, and a legacy that allows them to live their best life possible. Our belief: when the values of your own company align with your own beliefs, you know you found your professional home. And obviously our mission, our vision is to achieve amazing professionals and personal development so that KW South Bay remains the agency of. Let's give yourself a round of applause. All right, we're going to do some heavy lifting. So next slide, please. We're going to go right into and thank our one sponsor. Thank you so much for providing us with food. Bob, how's the food? There you go. There you go.
I'm so excited for everybody here. Thank you for having me. First American has had some changes. July 19th of this year, we changed our prices. We've only changed our prices on the initial policy. The service fee has not been changed. The service fee is still $85. So there's no prices going up for the buyers. The only prices that are going up are for the sellers or for whoever is going to be purchasing the home warranty. We did add some new coverages with the changes. One of the coverages that we've added is termite coverage. This is new for our industry. We've never had termite coverage before, but we cover specifically subterranean termites. I've been learning a little bit from Andy about subterranean termites. Apparently those are with raised foundations, although they can come through termite or come around termite, but we do cover now subterranean termite. So if you're selling a house with a raised foundation, that might be something you want to think about. If there is some termite infestation. We also added some appliance coverages upgrade that enhances our coverages for our appliances from 5,000 to 10,000. We also added a fourth bundle. It's called the Max Plan. It's for our homes that are higher end, but if you have questions, please let me know. I know it's a lot of information coming to you at once. I just wanted to drop off just a couple main changes. My information is on the front of this brochure. If you guys have questions, please don't hesitate to call, email, text, whatever you guys need. I'm always happy to help. And thank you for having me.
Awesome. Thank you, Sean. All right, next slide. All right, I'm super stoked, very excited. I want to introduce you to this phenomenal individual who is now being part of the leadership. The minute that I met Chris Baker, it just resonated with me. So Chris comes with many years of experience, and now is going to be part of the leadership and helping us grow. You know, when there's growing pains, you know, we definitely want to level up and bring talent. So we wanted to have a bandwidth to be able to not just help our teams, but also our agents. So without further ado, Mr. Chris Baker. Tell me a little bit about yourself, Chris.
Well, hey, happy to be here. Thanks for the warm welcome and the nice, kind words and everything. I've been with Keller Williams for 9 years now, going on 10. It's the only company I've ever been with, and I've taken on every single role from the ground up. And I've even sat in your seat at one point, sold real estate, and found my niche being here, helping the agents, and helping the office grow to the best of my ability. So I'm here to, make a difference, make an impact, and do whatever I can to help each and every single one of you to the best of my abilities. And, I bring a lot of experience from Orange County. That's where, I started, and I'm happy to bring my talents to South Bay and, help you guys out where I can. So good to meet you all, and thank you for the warm welcome. Everyone's been just amazing and so sweet. Like, it's just been the coolest.
Role? What is that?
It's another Carlos.
Oh, yeah, so my role is area, I'm the area director of programs.
He's in alignment with all of us.
Yes.
That's the way I see it. But as Chris was saying, he's going to be the area director of growth to help us. As I said earlier, with the bandwidth that we need to support, our goal is to hit that 500 mark. And, with Carlos, myself, our staff, and obviously with our leadership, and now with Chris, we're going to be able to hit those matrix, this year and faster. Well, I'm super stoked and excited to have them on.
Yeah,
All right.
and if you guys need me, I'll be walking with Carlos over right behind the front desk, so happy to help and assist anyone. So thank you.
Awesome. All right, next slide. I'm so glad that Natalie is back. All right.
Alright. Hello, KWSB South Bay, and always appreciate you all having me here. So today, it's been a while since I've shared in front of you, so I wanted to do a little Agent One refresher for you. As you know, we at Pacific Coast Title and myself like to provide tools to help you grow your business. And I think Agent One is a fantastic tool to help you make yourself known to your community. So basically, a quick rundown, Agent One helps in creating content to post to social media, open house flyers, and there's just a lot of powerful tools within Agent One. So let me just get logged in here. I'll give you a quick rundown. And again, I'm always more than happy to sit down with you one-on-one to give you a full tutorial on the full service of tools that we offer. Because this is only a small portion of what we at Pacific Coast Title can offer you. So let's get it going here.
One thing that I definitely love of Patrick is he's a hands-on. I see him here every other day, you know, working with our agents and really being that support factor to provide, you know, information, but more so to really just help you grow your business. So thank you again, Patrick, for what you do.
Thank you, Simon. Thank you for allowing me to be here. I appreciate it.
So what are you going to show us?
So we are gonna do Agent One today. So let me just pull this up here. We are almost there. All right. So this is Pacific Coast Agent One. And some of you might be familiar with Agent One because a lot of other title companies also have Agent One. So we actually lease the rights to use Agent One. So to get started in it, you'll see you can click up at the very top here. So you could actually just go to pacificcoastagent.com to download it. And then you can just click on create free account. All you do is enter your email address, choose a password, you agree, and then when you go to the next page, it's going to ask you to select who your sales rep is. That would be yours truly, Patrick McCallan. So after you do that, then you have a free account. You already have access to content by creating a free account. I'm going to go ahead and log in here and I'll show you what you get with the free account and what you get with a premium account. And when you hear premium, a lot of people shy away and they get really scared. They're like, oh, it's going to cost me a ton of money. It only costs $9.99 per year. So it's very worth it for all the content that you get. So let's get into Agent One. So right when you log in, showing me about a webinar. So I'm going to learn even more on this webinar coming up here in a week or so. So I'll have more answers for you, more content to show you. So looking forward to that. This is the very first page you're going to see when you log in. So I always tell my agents the very first thing you want to do is go to this little tab up here at the top, select it, go down to profile, and make sure to put your pro photo, your company logo in here. All your contact information, and then your DRE number here at the bottom under licenses. So you can select licenses, you can put your DRE number, your NMLS number in there. You want to do that because essentially you're creating content out there and you want to make sure that you have your license number on any content that you put out there. So after you do all that, you click save. We're going to go back to the first page here, and you'll see up at the top there's a few different selections you can make. So there's buyer, seller, and these are net sheets that you could actually create using Agent One. And again, this is also an app on your phone too, so you can do this on the go. I like to create the content on my desktop personally, just because I think it's easier. But you do have that option on your phone. So let's just give you an example here. So we're going to put in a home price of $1 million. And you can actually customize the interest rates. You can put in points, new interest rates, and then all of this is fully customizable to whatever your listing needs or whatever open house you're hosting. So you can actually use this if you're hosting an open house for another agent as well. So we're going to go ahead and here, And so we created this net sheet. It shows what it's going to cost to bring to close. And you click on share or print PDF right here. And once we do that, you're going to see all these beautiful templates pop up on the right hand side here. It's going to give you all the closing costs right here. And you'll notice on each piece of content, you're going to have all of your contact information right here.
And I love it that it's in Spanish too.
So-
I know, right?
So I was actually working on a Spanish piece. So that's why it's showing it in Spanish, but you can actually set your language up in your settings to whatever language you want it to be. So this is actually good because I've had a lot of agents recently asking me about Spanish content. And yes, you could create Spanish content on here very easily.
You will.
Yeah. So, and then you'll notice on the right hand side, all these different templates. So there's some that are really good for if you're hosting an open house, like this one, the local guide. I'm going to click on this one. So you can actually add the address in here at the very top, and I'll give you specify to that address how far away different amenities are, the different schools in the area and what their ratings are and how far away they are. And then it's going to give you the internet speed, the walk score, the sound score, and then all the restaurants in the area. So this is just like something if you're hosting an open house, you could show to potential buyers the different things that they offer in the area. And
What's
then
so cool about this, it's lightning speed, right?
so fast, yeah.
So fast, it's point, boom, it generates these
Yeah.
flyers.
And you can actually share it to social media from here too. So directly to Facebook or LinkedIn, you could share it. You also have the option to email it to a client directly from the app, or you could download it right here, and it gives you PDF, JPEG, or PNG options. So it gives you a lot of ways to export this and get this in front of your potential buyers. So the seller net sheet is exactly the same thing. So I'm not going to go through that portion because we're on a time crunch here. But again, always happy to sit down with you and show you the ropes. And we're going to go over to the calculator section. So over here, you're going to see a ton of different calculators, and you can see all these ones are new. Agent One is constantly coming out with new content every single month. So I'm actually, during my next training, I'm going to go through a lot of these calculators and find out what the power that they bring to agents' business. Some of the most popular ones have always been these rent versus buy calculators, the sell to net calculators. And I'll do a quick rundown. We'll do a quick rent versus buy one. We'll do 5,000 current rent, home price $1 million that they're looking for, or 900,000, excuse me. And always go to this share or print PDF button here. And now it's going to give you a full breakdown of renting versus owning a property. So this is something if you're going off, if you have renters that are on the fence, whether they want to buy or not, this is something that you could create in seconds to present to them. And then from here, briefly went over the calculators, but I want to show you the premium section because this is really where the meat is in Agent One. Again, $9.99 per year, so highly worth it. None of the money goes to me, I promise you that. So this is just the cost for us to lease the rights to use Agent One. All right, so let me just exit out of this. All right. So you'll see here, there's a ton of different infographics. They have swipeable infographics, which is mostly for Instagram. They have a bunch of filters and lenses, personalized videos, and lead generation calculators. So real quick, I'm going to get into the standard infographics because I think there's some good content here that you could post to social media. At the very top, you could filter the different platform that you want to post this content to, and it'll format it to that content for you, or to that platform for you. So let's do buying then versus buying now.
And all of this information is branded to you, right? Your contact information when it gets syndicated to social media.
Yeah, so it's branded to the agent themselves. So in the very beginning, when we went to our profile section, we inserted our picture, all our contact information. So every piece that you generate through Agent One is gonna be branded to you, so.
So any excuse that they don't have anything to post to social media is taken away.
It's taken away. Yep, exactly. They have it all right here. It's super easy to use, and I know a lot of agents at KW South Bay use this platform, so it's definitely something you don't want to miss out on. And I'm going to show you why it's so amazing right now. So we're just going to use the example that's in here. I know it's not like current to this area. It's not very often you see houses for $500,000, but they do come up occasionally. So here's our piece of content right here. We just created it in just a couple seconds, but they also have a caption here for you. So you don't even have to think of what you want to say about this piece on social media. And it's got all the hashtags included here. So you got your piece. We're going to go ahead and click the share button and you can download the PDF. So now we have our PDF, and then you're going to take that. You're going to go over to Facebook, Instagram. You're going to create your piece, and then you're going to click on copy caption right here. You click copy caption, and then you bring that to Facebook, Instagram, you paste it, and you've got your piece ready to go. So there's a ton of content here. We obviously can't go through all of it right now. But what I always recommend is when you get to this premium section, you always want to click on the see all tab here at the top right. Oh, I guess it's not.
My bad, sorry. I'll get it back.
Okay.
Promise.
Turn around, Simon.
Sorry.
Gee, Simon.
No pressure.
No pressure. What happened here?
It's in the upper right hand corner.
Okay.
Now, you see the upper right?
Oh,
hand
right
corner?
here.
It's right there.
I'm trying to navigate it doing my my thigh here.
There we go.
That was too much information.
My thigh.
All right, cool. We got it. All right, so
There you go. Right, yeah.
I feel like Bob would actually like these filters a lot right here, you know? So these are some glorious filters. I could just picture Bob's face in this right here. So there is actually some good ones. A lot of them are cheesy, but they have some good ones in the dynamic filter section. So if you just click see all right here, you'll see they have like the for sale, new listing, just listed, sold. All these you could just insert a picture of the property in there and create a nice little filter for it in just a matter of minutes. So we've got filters and then personalized videos. So basically this is going to talk about whether it's better to rent or buy, and it's going to do a nice little video, and at the very end it's going to have your contact info. And the same goes for these lead gen calculators. So these are only compatible with Facebook, not Instagram, unfortunately. But let's say that somebody wanted to find out how much equity they have in their property. You posted this to your page. Then once they fill out all the information to find out how much equity they have, the app is actually going to notify you and let you know that that person did that search so that you could follow up with them. So these are just really good tools that they have to offer. And Agent One is only one of the many tools that we at Pacific Coast Title offer you. So if you want to learn more, reach out to me anytime. I'm more than happy to sit down with you.
Beautiful. Awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. I love it.
Thank you.
Who's ever taken advantage of that? Any of you? Yeah, it's definitely something that you should have as part of your arsenal of tools. All right, awesome. So we need volunteers. Oh, you're back. So I'm super excited. You know, we are definitely going in the right direction. Obviously, the office is growing, so we also want to reboost and ultimately bring up the committee. So let's go with the next slide, Natalie. So my culture committee, so come on up, culture. Culture committees all about. So thank you, ladies.
So there are lots of committees that you can join. If you like to have fun, raise your hand.
All of us, right?
Great, so here's a plan to join ours. Ours is the most fun that you will ever be a part of. Absolutely. Our job is to create fun and culture in our office. We are love this culture. Say that again?
We have most fun.
Okay, all right. Okay, so before we get into all the different cultures or all the different committees, I just want to say on the onset that being a part of this office and being a part of a committee is really important because you're giving back to the office, you're pouring into it, but also we're in it for sales, right? So you get to use this experience on your listing presentations, your buyer presentations. Every time I teach or my presentation for my listings, it says that I'm a part of the culture committee. If you want to be part of the finance committee, whatever it is, but how cool is that to tell your clients that it's something more than you and you actually have a leadership role within the office. So,
Yes,
Tammy, what do you want to
Yes.
say?
so we do the fun stuff, you know, the pancake breakfast, the champagne, like Mother's Day stuff, Halloween parties, holiday parties, and we're doing the picnic.
Yes,
Right?
We're doing a picnic. Do you guys all know about picnic?
We know.
Yes, yes. You guys all coming?
Oh, sure, all of us.
Okay, that's not very exciting. You guys, it's time for us to like unplug, go hang out, get to know each other, hang out in a non-officey kind of way. Bring your families, your significant other, whatever you got going on. We have bouncy house for the kids.
We have pizza and we have
Pizza.
flag football.
Yes,
What?
Football. Flag
Yes.
football, so it'll be fun, right?
yeah, so it's gonna be really fun. That's it, the second Saturday of August. So sign up to bring a potluck
Yes.
dish.
And join our committee,
Yes.
okay?
Yes, so we have a sign up list. I will pass around and I expect everyone to raise their hand if they like fun, that they will
Yes.
contribute to the
Yeah.
fun of the office.
Culture committee,
Ready
Hey,
for
thanks,
would
Fred.
you like fun?
We're in development. Did I do it right? Mike, football?
Flag football,
Football.
flag football.
Right. I'll pick off what's released from the Strangler.
Oh, no, wait.
Moving on to the next committee. All right, awesome. Well, thank you, ladies. Now moving on to the next, which is our Career Development Committee. That's Fred, Bob, and JJ.
Hey, you know what, you guys, listen, one thing about Keller Williams is we are a family. And we listen to our kids, we listen to our parents, don't we? Don't we? Okay. So what we do is, the Career Development Committee is here to help you let us know what type of education that you want here at the Market Center. And so what we do is we put together programs, classes, things that are going to help you build your business and to build your career. Now, you have the best of 3 worlds here. 3 worlds. Everybody say 3.
Great.
Now, that's his closing line. Okay, so with Bob and with Jay, I specialize in social media.
That's his closing line.
That,
Remember, you were just doing the part about how by joining this committee, you're gonna have a say. You're gonna have a say in what type of training we bring to market. I get you do all this fun stuff.
so see how much fun you have? See, we don't just have a class where you have a book, you listen, we have fun together, okay? So if you join this committee by clicking up, guys, get your cameras out, get your, and click on that, because we want you to have a say in the education that you want to have in this Market Center, and that's what you will get, a whole lot of fun here with the Career Development Committee, and now it is Bob's.
And the other piece of being a part of the committee is that you may have an area of expertise or skill or a tool or system that you want to develop or get even better at. Gary Keller and myself are firm believers in learning from the front of the class. And over the years, I've taught things that I wanted to get better at. And so you joining this committee could have the opportunity to actually bring that information, that training, that skill, or whatever that is, and develop your own skills in doing that. Jay, why should they join our committee?
So as Fred was saying, first of all, thank you, I thought, committee. So as Fred was saying earlier, we have a very unique proposition up here between the 3 of us. Right? I don't know if you guys know, but Fred is a social media guru. If you guys haven't seen any of his stuff online, if you guys haven't listened to his podcast, make sure you do tune in. Right, so Fred with a very unique perspective in terms of what you guys could be doing online, social media, in terms of marketing, getting lead generation from them. Bob, as you guys know, what is Bob do? Bob is a man on the phone. So if you guys are here, if you guys are not here, he's here every morning. 9 to 10.
Yep.
That's
Thank
right.
you, Lord.
9 to 11, sorry. He's on the phone, down and away with a smile. So if you guys don't know how to lead generate, 9 to 11, Bob is here, he's gonna get you on the phone. And that's just FISBOs, you do for sale by owners,
All of it.
you do all the fun.
Yep.
On the flip side, after you do the 9 to 11 with Bob, if you guys have been ever to one of the Ignite class that I've taught, I'm big on farming and I'm big on door knocking. So between social media, on the phone, door knocking and farming, you're gonna get a very unique perspective on how the heck you go and generate this stuff. So if anybody wants to make money, if anybody wants to generate leads, this is definitely.
So Jay, could a person joining our committee benefit from being around 3 experts in certain areas?
I think that's a question for that.
There's a question from the.
Sounds good,
but it
sounds like you wanna hang out with women, you go to culture.
Valid.
Thanks,
Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Okay, next up, we have our luxury and commercial committee. That's Michelle Brown. Stevens and. I did not get the email. I did not get the email about Block Street. Wait, but I'm playing at a very large street place. I'm playing golf this afternoon at Terra Nap. So that's. What's that? Okay, so. Please.
So luxury commercial, we have all the wine, right? And,
Then we have girls and boys.
actually, are we all meeting at the same time on 9/11? No, maybe.
That's different.
So. You're blocking our dark. What I really want you to do is come to the first meeting with us. So that if you are interested in running a committee, we would love to have. Our job on commercial and luxury committee is to grow everybody into working in those fields. This is my 42nd year in the business. I hate saying that, but I gotta tell you that. It is.
Well,
1-year-old.
Yeah.
Yes.
you-
So the thing about our committee is to move you to that position. And there's a lot that we want to bring as far as teaching and knowing that when you walk into the house, if that's $15,000 for a new stove or $25,000 for a new stove. And we can't bring that to you until we know what you want, because after 42 years, it's just in my head all the time. And we're learning based, so we're always picking up the new stuff. But to move somebody along in their career to get there, we live in a luxury market. Anywhere you live, south of the Imperial Highway, it's probably a luxury market. And so I invite you, please, and we will bring them on. To come to the first committee meetings at least, what it is.
Go down to the office. There's a liquor store in there. No, it's just a small.
Bar. Yes, I know we have a crunch for time today, but what I really want you to do is come to the first meeting, please, and hang out with us so that we can hear from you what it is that you want. And I know right now you're going, I don't know what I want. But having that kind of a mastermind, then hopefully we can recruit you away from all the other committees where you can join.
And just to put it in perspective, right, in this business, price matter. And if you want to actually look at, move your price up, let's look into luxury. Luxury, we're talking about the fact that, it takes you, I mean, it would take $400,000-500,000 transactions to do a $2 million home. You want to learn how to sell higher end? Come to see us.
Yeah, it's like they said, my team are members of the sports and entertainment division. And I just finished one of our weekly meetings with them. And the thing about moving up in price points is that you insulate yourself from all the changes in the market, like with interest rates and things, because it's not relevant. It's not part of our world there, and it's not relevant, and paychecks. But mostly what we want from you guys is to hear what you want from us, so that as committees are a mastermind, so to speak. And so with the culture committee, and I'll let Gary talk in a minute, but with the culture committee, the Red Day and all of the things that we do for the culture, which is one thing that separates KWSB from any other company in the world. That's really important, and you really need to get involved with that, because those are big affairs, and we never have enough people to work with culture. With finance, you'll need to talk to somebody else that understands that, because it's not my world. And then career growth. We all tie in hand and build our community and offer that to agents that are not getting that from other agencies here. That's all.
Well, I don't know if I have much to say.
Okay.
But let me just add that, I think Bob said earlier on that, if you want to grow, you got to get into part of this committees to grow. To grow your leadership skill, to grow your knowledge. It's my first time actually being part of lottery, because I don't do sell high-end stuff. But your mind grows as you grow to the conversation you have, right? So come to this committee to have that conversation. And as you get into that conversation, you're going to find yourself knowing more and bringing more to client. So let's see you again. It's all have fun.
Excellent. So bring out your phone.
Sign up if you're
Sign up there.
interested in part of that. Aaron, I think you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll share, Tammy, and I'll share that with the group right now. So next we have our technology committee. Next slide, please. And that's Aaron. I don't know if Al, yeah, hey, Al is there. So let's give them a round of applause.
It's really funny. I see them come up, and I tell Al, I guess we have to go up. And I look at the trash can and I see, yes, the technology. So I pick up the magazine right out of the trash. And that's what this is.
He's wearing shorts.
They're wearing shorts and no. So anyway, the idea is that, in technology, one of the things that our main focus is going to be is making agents and getting to embrace, especially our free system here that you guys are already paying for, Command. I'm actually in the process of transitioning my team into Command with the help of this gentleman right here, which is
What gentleman?
Arnold.
Oh, Arnold. Wow.
Yeah.
That's something that Bob would say. That's
I'm
okay,
afraid-
except I didn't.
I'm afraid to play it.
He is a little quiet today.
So anyway, this system has been worked on plenty, and there's so much to offer now. I have always run independently, and after the Carlos actually influenced me to look at it again. And it's not just that technology though, but Keller Williams has put a lot of work and a lot of money into the system, and it's great. And we're going to be looking at other ways. As a matter of fact, I just hired an amazing assistant that she's so techy that just in the last 3 days, I see some stuff that is like, oh my God, that's cool. And I think I'm going to use some of that to bring to this committee. So if you want to know about what's the latest out there, I know Fred's been talking a lot about ChatGPT, and I mean, it's just so much more coming, and we want to make sure that we have that in front of you guys.
I think.
On everything.
I love that.
How loves that in front of that? I know. You can tell right there. But just kind of piggyback, and I thank each and every one for stepping up and committing to the commitments of the committee. But more so is to really have that dynamic of what we have is the culture. But to embrace and ultimately to provide a value, because you are the voices for the office, and we want to know what you are desperately needing. And this is why we corral leadership to enhance that experience, right? Because we can all benefit from it. I know I benefit, Carlos and the rest of us, but we don't know if we are not listening. And this is why it's important to have these committees, so that way we have the best training, the best platforms, and obviously the experience that we have here at the office. So, all right, cool. Thank you again. Appreciate you all. All right, it's Fernando. For the house, yes, he is.
Well, let's start off with the good, the bad, and the ugly. So the Fed raised rates today, yay. But actually it had a positive effect on the rates market, because they did exactly what people thought they would do with rates quarter. So the market already priced that in and it pulled back. So I would say that the positive though, guys, the reason why it's probably going to slowly come down, I would say over the next week or two, is that they've hinted at pausing between now and the end of the year, which would be good for us. So that would bring things back. Now, on the other side of this, inventory, as you guys know, it's 30% down June over June, 1 year over 1 year. Nationally, by the way, obviously we're probably more impacted here. I met at another meeting, I found out that the South Bay Board of Realtors, so they say, I don't know, I verified the number, but they say that the supply side for them right now is 23-year low. Terms of inventory on the South Bay Board, or however they track listings. I don't know. Not privy to that, so I don't know. So that is one of the things that is obviously going to be a challenge for us guys. Because I'll tell you right now, if you have 3 or 4 or 5 offers, which seems low on a property, from what we've been experiencing today, when the rates do come back down or if they start trickling down, we're going back to 20, 30, 40 offers. Okay. Yep. So that's going to obviously make life interesting still for us. Because no matter what rates do, guys, inventory doesn't seem to be changing around here. It does. There is nothing telling us, or analysts or anybody out there, matrix wise, that inventory will change in the near future. So rates can go to 10 or come back down to 1 and everything in between, but inventory is going to stay tight for the most part. Okay, so keep that in mind as you guys are talking to your clients. Now, speaking of talking to your clients, I told you guys last week, some of the teams that I work with are having some serious heart-to-heart conversations with their clients. And we've had quite an uptick of business in the last, let's say, well, since Monday of last week to Wednesday of this week, in terms of new escrows going in that my team is working on. But we're really sort of as a team having 3-way conversations and getting them over the hump. And the reality is, like I tell everybody, is this. First of all, anybody who sits in front of me, I will offer them this. I will buy your house back for the same price you paid for it today in 10 years, no matter what. I guarantee it. And nobody has yet in 28 years taken me up on that. I don't know why, right? So if that is the case, if you won't take me up on that, then what is your hesitation to buy? Okay, because we all know that on the long run, no matter what, you can't go wrong. And also, we will see some rate retraction. So if you can tolerate the uncomfortability today, I think that you will get comfortable in the next 12 months or so. Okay, it's 12, let's say 12 to 18 months. So if you can tolerate that guy, talk to your clients, you're going to be in a better place. Okay, so that I will leave you. Next slide. Thing.
Yeah. Next slide.
The guy in the thing. I thought you did it. Clicker.
Next slide.
Hey. Now I'm part of the fun committee. So anything to do with fun, as you guys know, I'm involved always, or in the middle of it somehow. So Friday, guys, the kayaking and paddling is happening from 1 to 2:30. That's for the kayaking piece. Then we'll head over to Naja's, which is right there, and have a little bit of happy hour, shall we say, with some appetizers. So please make sure Allie knows. I've already sent in some projected numbers. Obviously, they can be changed. It's not the end of the world for that. But look at the weather, guys. It doesn't get any better than this. Get out there. I was just talking to Al. I think the water is over 70 degrees out there right now.
No way. That hot?
Yeah. So that's so if you fall in, it gets bad. So yeah, let us know. We do this every year. It's always a great time out there in the water. We just stay inside the harbor. We're not gonna go out in the ocean. So everything's usually very calm in there. Get to see the seals.
What's the forecast for Friday?
80 degrees. Said we were on the beach at middle of the day, 80 degrees. So that doesn't get it for us. That if it's 80 here, it's like 110 everywhere else, or 100.
Sure.
I
So,
noticed she doesn't have a thing, you get a.
Like that.
oh, yeah, so you have, yeah, they obviously go out there.
I'm just making.
Keep on the same picture. You in the same town. But are you saying pants flap or?
You cut back and scratch the board, you don't know.
Sit there.
Plenty of time.
So, yeah, so guys, anyway, let Ally know, looking forward to it. It's always a great time, great weather, so.
Awesome. Fernando, thank you. All right, next up is one of my favorite individuals. I've known Alfred, what, 10, 15 years maybe? So brings a lot of value to helping your clients increase their FICO score. So without further ado, Alfred Fernando.
Thank you. Usually we have a PowerPoint, but been here a few times, so I just wanted to go over some key points that are actually happening in today's market that we can help out with. So my name is Alfred, I'm with the Agency Credit Repair Service. You can find us, we have our flyers here, we're all over social media. We're all about giving value. So one of the things I want to talk about is there's nothing proprietary about our service. Okay, a lot of times people ask if I have a family or a friend that works in Equifax or trying to make a call with things off. It doesn't work like that. So what's proprietary is our service and communication. A lot of the times I work with realtors and I was asking, what's the biggest thing that you have with credit repair services? And they would say communication. We don't know what's going on and the client doesn't know what's going on and they go back to the agent complaining and they feel like they're getting ripped off or like that. So we've transitioned in the last 5 to 6 years to be a technology-based company where the agent who refers the client has access to an app. So if you refer 5 people, you can go to your app and you'll see all 5 of your clients. Okay, you'll show exactly what's going on, update your life 365, and so can your client. It's kind of like a Credit Karma, but on steroids, and it's actually linked with all 3 bureaus. So you actually see what's being deleted, what's going on. If your client's utilization rate goes up because they maxed out their Capital One credit card, you'll see that, we'll see that. So we are very big with technology so that the client knows exactly what's going on and for you as well. Why is that important? Because it gives you an opportunity every month to be able to talk to them. So I work with some agents that are doing great in business, closing 10 plus deals a month, and I work with some agents that are very new and very licensed and ready to get off the ground, anything in between. And I always tell people, look at us as a tool in your belt. So you have home inspection, you have home warranty, you have escrow, you have title. And if you put us in for credit repair, we really do what we say. So we don't take on every single client. What we do is we have to have a report within the last 30 days, and it has to be a tri-merge report. So it could be a lender's report. It could just be any report that's tri-merge with all 3 bureaus on there. One of our team will scrub it. We'll be able to tell you exactly what we can do, how long we can do it, and what the time frame will be so that your client can be there. With the market the way it is right now, our business is booming. Okay. When the rates were about 2.5–3%, they were like, Alfred, who the agency, who we don't need you, right? Now we are getting blown up. This reminds me of like 2010, 2011, as far as how much contact we're getting, because I'll get, hey, how fast can you get somebody 20 points? Because I need them to be at 700 to 725. That makes a big difference in the rate or presenting the offer. I have a lot of listing agents that are calling me and saying, hey, we're not having a problem selling the property. The problem is finding them another property. And we want our offer to look solid. So we want to have 7s, very high 7s in some of the FICOs. They have the money because they're going to get a lot of money. So our company is doing really well right now, thanks to wonderful business like yourselves. I'm going to stick around after to answer any questions, but I will give you some niches that we do, okay? Number 1 is, I get this a lot, is how fast can you move a credit score? It can be days, okay? It could be days depending on the situation. A lot of times I have clients that say, hey, you know what? I have a client for the last 12 months that has a mortgage late, maybe a credit card late, or so on and so forth. Those things could be removed. To educate you, credit repair is just giving a second chance. That's all it is. People always ask us about our process. How does that work? Like I said at the beginning, we don't have any family or friends that work in Equifax and Transition, but if you guys do, let me know. What we do is our system is pretty cool. I always tell people to give analogy, it's like hiring a really good attorney. Okay, when you hire a good attorney, sometimes like, how do they get on? I don't get it. How do they get on? I'm speaking to their, whatever the ticket may be, and it's just because there's loopholes in the digital system. Same thing with credit repair. So we're not going to do dispute letters and saying this is not mine. That's not exactly how we work. What we do is we find out what the problem is. We try to find out exactly how we can actually get in there to get it removed completely. So it doesn't mean that it's not the debt, it's not your late, it probably is. But what we do is truck it up and report. One thing that we get all the time is IRS personal liens on the credit. I tell them, we can't remove them. The thing is that on the lending side, they're gonna run a 4506. Okay, so they're still gonna have that debt. So we can remove it off the credit can fly up, but they might not qualify for what it may be. And the reason I ask that is I've been getting that a lot where they're like, oh my God, it went up 60 points, but then they come back and say, I didn't qualify. And I say, you still owe the IRS. They're gonna validate the debt, okay? Another one is that's really good right now that I'm getting a lot of is these, I don't know what they're called. It's like the University of Phoenix, ITT, they're,
Student loans.
no, they're student loans, but those type of colleges are, I'm sorry?
Online college?
No, they're more than, it's, I guess a trade school, I guess would say.
Oh,
Very expensive. So I see them a lot on reports, and sometimes they're $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 in debt, right? A lot of the times, guys, in 2011, was it 2010 or 11, Obama signed a bill that if any school went belly up, and I think the University of Phoenix was one of them, you can go to www.edu.org, and there's a blacklist list. If that school's on there, we can remove that within 3 days. And I do it all the time, because those trade schools, a lot of them went belly up, and a lot of them had a lot of debt. So whether the loans were secured by a government agency or private money, that can be eliminated all the way through. The second thing is we have a very, very strong web simulator. So even if your client's in a bind and you're like, hey, I need something done really quick, I can tell you what they can do as far as paying down debt, maybe paying a collection off or whatnot. I can tell you what we can do. But what I do tell people is it takes time to ding your credit up, and it takes time to get it where it needs to be. So anybody that says, hey, I can get you 850 in 30 days, unless you've seen it happen, it's probably not gonna happen. We're a very honest company. We won't take on every case. I will be completely honest with you. Sometimes clients come in with expectations that are just unrealistic. What we look, yeah.
Do you guys do clean scripts?
Do what?
Clean script.
What is it, clean sweep?
You have somebody that had, I don't know, bankruptcy that's already been discharged, they're still showing in there, a foreclosure from a while back. Can you, if it's closed, I'm talking about closed file.
Right.
Can you get that removed?
Absolutely. So especially if it's in the public record section, right? So bankruptcies, it does depend. So if it's 7 unsecured debt, 11 in corporate, or 13 in payment, depends if it was discharged or dismissed, right? All that matters. As far as evictions, foreclosures and all that, yeah, definitely do that all day long. Especially with repossessions, as long as they had gap insurance when they purchased the vehicle, that's an easy visit. So right away, when we talk to the client, did you have gap insurance when you bought it? And all of a sudden, like, we don't know. Give me the original paperwork that you had. Usually they do, and that'll come off right away. Because gap insurance protects us from repossession on your report. So there's a lot of cool little things we know. And I always tell people, we tailor our business to you guys. So a lot of people say, you're like a realtor, credit repair agency, like realty. And I said, yeah, because we speak your guys' language. We understand. So when a lender calls us or a realtor calls us and says, hey, we need them to be at 680. I'm like, all right, well, how long do the trade lines have to be seasoned for? Because I see your client only has, 3 months trade lines. We ask all those questions before we take on a client, because again, we don't want to take them on thinking that they're going to be getting in their home if they're not. Bottom line is to end this, and I'll stick around, is we want to help you build pipeline. Okay. I always share this story because it's pretty cool. I have a really good referral agent of mine that refers us tons of business. And I ask him all the time, and this guy probably closes over about 8 to 10 deals a month. He's very successful, and he has a team. And I always ask him, why us? Why us? And he says, because you add on 4 to 5 deals on my pipeline a year. Okay, what's the average commission on me?
18 to 20.
Okay, so do that times 4. That's an extra. And I said, how do you work it? He says, I always meet people that have any type of challenges on the credit. What I do is I hand them over to you, and I just follow my app. And every time that credit goes up, I'm in their face. One of the biggest things that we have at our office that's kind of an issue is we're very personal. I get invited to the housewarming, the quinceañera, but everything like that, right? A lot of the time I have agents refer me business and never contact that client again. So I'm at the housewarming, and then the agent calls me and says, hey, what's going on with Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so? And I'm like, I'm here at their housewarming. Where are you at? Well, as a company, the credit gets really well. They walk into an open house and they're listening to Double Ends It or with another realtor. So
yeah,
I always tell people, if you refer business, utilize the app. I guarantee you we'll turn into escrows within 4 to 5 months of that happening. So we want to be a tool in your tool belt, and that's pretty much it. I'll let it go and I'll stick around. Thank you once again.
Before you go, Alfred, is there any questions? I mean, this is valuable information, so we have a.
Yeah, I'll get this thing.
Yeah.
What's your fee? Have you tried?
Yeah, great question. So her question to repeat was, what's our fee? So we have standard fees. It's like the Olympics, the bronze, silver, and gold package. And you can go on our website, or go to our social media. I don't believe in hitting fees. I think the bronze is $4.95, the silver is $8.95, and the gold is $12.95. What differentiates that is the amount of work. So if you have a college student with 2 lates, probably the bronze, somebody with 35 collections, need gold. There is a recurring monthly fee, and the reason that is because that actually pays for the app that they have with us and all the communication that goes along. I have a back office that sends detailed reports every single 30 days to the client. So it's really big for me because I've gotten complaints in the past from other companies that I said, hey, what was your biggest misconception with the like communication? So we overkill it to the point where sometimes clients are like, stop texting, we have automated system, stop calling, stop sending videos. But I'd rather have that and give them what they pay for than that. So that's the price point.
Good question.
Oh, that was my question. Yeah, you didn't answer my question.
Okay, yeah.
That was my question.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's always a question. So, I'll tell you the truth, very, very transparent. We're not the cheapest, but we get it done. I always tell people, we try to be like the Mercedes-Benz of the credit repair. We deliver white glove service because I think that's so important. Your clients will never say that they can't hear from us. My office is open 6 days a week. I have a full-blown staff, processing team, back office. So I'm very OCD militant, and that's the way we run our business because I want to make sure that we're helping you guys close escrows, and we're just the little guys in this, and that we can continue gaining your trust and getting your referrals.
How do you handle when somebody has 0 FICO?
Good
Pay
question.
everything cash.
So the question is, how do you handle somebody that has zero FICO everything in cash? They're lucky. We can build that FICO score very fast. So that's part of the credit coaching, and that is just pretty much helping them obtain credit, diversify it. So obviously with no credit, you can't just buy a house right now, just buy cash. We would want to give them some credit cards, have them utilize it the right way under 10% of its limit, and within 3 months, you can get that 7. So I get that a lot, especially when people are trying to buy together, like a mom, dad, and sister, and they're like, the little brother doesn't really have credit out of college, I can build that story very fast. So it's a case by case. Any other questions? I'm gonna stick around.
Awesome, Alfred, thank you. Well, the information. I already forgot all the services that you do, man. So thank you. We need to have you come in more often. I think the last time was during COVID, remember? Yeah. Smaller group, everyone was still doing remote. We had a heavy load of people on Zoom, but in person it was just a handful. So again, thank you again for providing us with the insights of credit restoration. All right, well, let's go ahead and continue. We have a few minutes before we cut loose. So next slide, I believe it's Michael with Harbor Media. Let's give him a round of applause. You don't have to do it, guys. This guy's platform, I highly, highly recommend. Awesome stuff, very professional. So take it away, Michael.
I'll be really quick.
Not too quick,
If there's
but quick.
social media, you can use a beef up. Offer these fancy little videos. Oh, we don't have them up there, but you know, these videos where the words come across, it lights up, very engaging. Offer those 1 hour session for $4.99. Comes out to be about $88 per video. But Simon, Jennifer, and Minnie have talked me down to helping you guys out. So I'm going to be here Friday the 11th from 11 to 3. I'm going to offer up 30-minute time blocks. If you want to come in, I will help you make 2 of these. I'll bring the cameras, I'll do all the editing for you. All you have to do is show up. You say, but I suck on camera. I can help you with that. I mean, I know the lingo, I don't do real estate, but I am licensed. So I can coach you on things to say. So prompt you, we'll sit down, have a conversation. I'll get it on camera. We're doing it for $60, so it's $30 each. And then you can just kind of see if that's something that you want to do.
Where do we sign up then?
I'll get a sign up sheet to the front desk. We were trying to find a date that worked for all of us here, so we just got that sorted out. So, or if you want to email me, I can get it together.
And this quality of work is awesome. So if you really want to provide great content on social media. You know, let him be the enhancement to that experience and, you know, kind of give you a perspective in how you can cultivate more leads that way. So.
Gotcha. Or Reels, TikTok, all of the above.
Yeah, so what I'll do is I'm gonna film it horizontally.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna give you the vertical version. If you're like, hey, I want both, because I want YouTube, I want Facebook as well. I can edit those for you as well, but you're gonna get it in vertical formats, so it's gonna work for YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, or TikTok if you're into that. And then you guys can try it out. It's super easy. The hardest part is gonna be being comfortable on camera, and I promise you that I'll be able to get you past the fact that there's a camera a foot.
I'm gonna do one.
Simon's gonna be the guinea pig. Yeah, go ahead.
So pretty much, like, you guys can be like a social media influencer and just like reels and TikToks all the time. And
No, because I don't think real estate agents should be influencers. You're not trying to get 20 million people to follow you, and you're not trying to sell brand deals and everything. You want to be the local expert. That's what I help coach you on. And so it's just, if your philosophy is, I want to be an influencer, I want 200,000, I'm not going to be the one that can help you with that. If you're the one that's like, I want to dominate Torrance, I can help you with that. So I can gear all your content. And what I'll do is I'll reach out to you before you come in, find out a little bit of information about you. Are you farming Torrance? Are you farming luxury? Are you farming athletes? That way I can help gear your content. This is all going to be exclusive to you. Some of the other people have asked me, like, well, what are the agents going to say? And I'm like, I don't know. But I'm going to help coach you so that it is branded for you. So
you do target marketing. Like you said, like if I want to dominate a certain zip code or area,
right.
like say I told you I want to like appear in the reels, like or in TikToks, like and TV all the way down with posts, like you can help with those with posts and stuff like that. Dominate.
No, he only does video and photography. not
Yeah.
necessarily.
So what, that's kind of a deeper question. I would say, I would help you brand. So if you come and you say, I'm going to ask you first question is who's your ideal client? There you go. Everybody living from here to here, I'm going to say, that's what you did. I'm going to say, who is your brand? What's the name? You're going to say, I don't know. I'm going to say, think about it. Do what?
Let's say Torrance.
Lawrence, that's your
Torrance.
Torrance? Okay. What does, who lives in Torrance that you want to talk to?
Couples, young people, first time buyers.
First time home buyers? Perfect. What
For
about,
example,
so what is your first time home buyer's name?
I don't know.
Sally.
Sally. Okay, so Sally, what does Sally like to do? Where does she go on the weekends?
She likes to.
She likes to surf. Perfect. So we're going to create content that is going to appeal to Sally, who lives in Torrance, who likes to surf. So when you come to me and you're like, I don't know what to be creating, I want to do all this, I'm going to say, what does Sally want to hear? And we're going to build, I can help you gear all your social media towards Sally. So then all the Sallys that live in Torrance, the algorithm, which is way smarter than me, is going to find Sally. And they're going to connect them with you. And then you're going to be the expert for Sally. You're not going to be a huge influencer. You're probably not going to get 20,000 followers, but you don't want that. 2,000 people on Instagram, I don't think people realize how big of an audience 2,000 is. If you were to fill up an audience of 2,000 people who live in Torrance and like to surf, you'd be pretty hyped, right? So that's what I think.
Just two statements. One, it's not a cost, it's an investment because the video lives. And it lives continuously.
Yeah.
So the $60 is an investment in your business. Two, what you're asking for is a productivity class, so you come to productivity training.
And I'll be around for a little bit. If you guys have any other questions, I'm happy to go over it. I didn't even put you on the spot. It's just, some people do ask, how can I become an influencer? And I'm like, if I knew I'd have Toyota across my chest. I'd be wearing a Stanley Cup hat, you know, I don't know how to do all that. But I can help you gear all of your social media so that your brand and your voice is going in the right direction.
Awesome. Michael. Cool. Thank you very much. Before any listing pitches and all that, just a quick reminder, Steve Gottlieb's Q&A real estate contract this evening from 7 to 8.
7 to 7:30, we'll go to 8 if need be, at that, we have enough people.
It
Pick it
hasn't
up.
been on the calendar, you guys. I wanted to bring that up on the, and sorry to interrupt. Carlos's Thursdays and Steve's Wednesday. I didn't see it on our shares, today or last Wednesday. I don't know. If
Yeah,
it's
thank you.
my copy.
I appreciate it. It's funny because Steve and I were having a conversation about it. We should have that updated tonight, so you'll see the Zoom link this afternoon.
Thank you. And for Carlos too, because I know he has these Thursdays and I've never seen it on there and I keep forgetting to mention that.
Awesome. Thank you. So again, sorry.
Right, so at that point, it's virtually 7 to 8, okay, I don't, what it is that if no one happens to think, get onto the Zoom call, I'm not waiting from 7 to 8 o'clock to see if anybody hops on, okay? But just like last couple of weeks, we have gone all the way to 8 o'clock. Again, come with your questions. This is your time of being able to, ask anything about the question that you want to find out, and whenever I've had agents say, I don't know what to ask, it's like, ask me anything. I'm just not presenting. Okay, this is your time. I can speak for hours on the topic. This is a topic that if you're not well schooled on, this is your opportunity to come ask. Now, I am going to do a little commercial. I just got officially approved from the Department of Real Estate for an 8-hour course. Okay, that I will be teaching. The date will come. It's going to be called the top 100 questions about the real estate contract and transaction agents need to know. It will be a paid course. Okay, but it's 8 hours of instruction time. Okay, it's going to move you from I don't know what I don't know to at least I now know what I now supposed to know. Okay, and it's going to move the confidence needle. All right, right now, probably most of you that are in the younger side of your careers, especially the first year or two in the business, when it comes to the contract, my guess is that your confidence needle is probably on the lower side. Okay, I'm trying to help move your needle to the more confident side because once you become confident, you become an advisor. And when you become an advisor, you now know how to advise your clients on contracts, which is going to come essential. Okay, especially in the multiple offer writing that we are now having and then will have, especially when you're competing against 15 to 20 other offers out there. So 7 o'clock every Wednesday. So hope to see you this evening. Thank you.
Yeah, I know we were chatting yesterday. I know you had some hurdles with the Department of
Yes. Almost 7 months. I felt like I gave birth. Yeah.
We were having conversations about a year ago about this and little by little, we just started chipping away.
Right.
And now we finally got the approval. So if you're looking for, credit, that is part of the Department of Real Estate that goes towards your continuing education, he's now official. So. Get ready.
And for those of you that are going to make it to the productivity class, I think Michael hit on it today. We're going to share a cheat sheet about your avatar. That's what he was talking about as far as social media. Your avatar, who's the person you're looking for. It's not as easy as you think just to go on social media and post or advertise. You have to put some planning into it, like you were saying. Who is your person that you're trying to reach? So we're going to share a cheat sheet today so that you can take it with you because you're not going to be able to do it in class. So that you can take it with you so you can ask questions to find out who your avatar is that you're trying to reach in the market. Okay, and that starts at 1:30.
Awesome. Thank you, Fred. All right, any listing pitches, buyer needs, Christina?
Okay, we have 3 lease listings, 2 in Redondo and 1 in Hermosa. So if you guys have any lease clients, come talk to me. And then we have 2 new listings. One is right by UCLA. It's 1.2. It's got multiple entrances from the exterior, so it's easy to chop it up for like student housing. It's 2 bedrooms upstairs, and on title it says 2 bedrooms. It's got a whole 3rd bedroom with 2 closets and a balcony, so you got a 3D. So that's really exciting. And then, who here likes tacos? Okay. So our room is open on the Hulu team. We always have tacos, cocktails, live music. It's super fun. So I'm inviting you guys all to come to our Carson listing. It's on Colony Park Drive. The address is 23320 Colony Park Drive. You guys, it's $650,000, 3-story townhouse in an incredible gated community. If you're not familiar with Colony Park, come, it's awesome. Again, you have tacos, live music, you get to see how we sell houses. So that is this Friday from 12 to 2.
Will there be tacos?
There will be tacos, made to order tacos. My taco is incredible.
Thank you, Christina. Awesome. Anyone else? Yes.
Well, if nobody bothers Simon between 2 and 2:30 today. Let me have him for a half hour. I should be getting 3 listings of property. I'm not gonna give anybody the addresses right now. Commercial property on Gaffey. Real good one. With a drive-through. Figure that out. And a house right behind it, that can be a parking lot or a redo.
She was a for sale by owner.
Huh? She was.
Yeah, good job.
She was until I just.
I talked to her last week. I'm not commercial. That's not my gig.
Right, no, it's actually in a duplex below Gaffey, off the center, 4-2 and a 3-2. That she personally lives in, so, but once she's in process of becoming an agent, and that's why I need somebody to find the figure free today. Because she joined Keller Williams with her listed properties.
Thank you, Jim. Anyone else? Going once, going twice?
I have a.
Yeah, come up, Jay, come up here.
If you have any investors, any flippers, anybody interested in making some of their properties, one coming up from West Point, just active today. 5102 Pomeroy, the 31, 11 square feet. Very traditional home in that area.
Address?
Huh?
Address?
5102. Pomeroy. Pomeroy, CARMLY. How much? We're listing it for $1,039,000. And the lot size around 6,400 square feet. Big lot in that area, lot to be built, lot of potential. No doubt we'll put a fix there.
What's the after fair value?
Well, we can talk about that after.
Okay.
So, yeah. Chat with Jay after. Cool. Anyone else? Gary?
Yeah, I got a couple of properties, in Costin, there's a 5-bedroom coming up, 5-bedroom, 4-bath. Also a 6-bedroom, 3-bath, you'll get a big family, over 2,200 square foot, both of those in Costin. In Redondo Beach, I think we're very close to doing fix up on this property. Townhouse, big townhouse, 2 on a lot, but completely, number of the house, I saw it away. 2,400 square foot, almost 2,500 square foot. That's gonna be fully done. No paint, looks really good. Should be hopefully by next week. And if you have a buyer, I have an exclusive, but I can put it, it doesn't want to put an MLS, in LA, West Side, Manchester, Manchester by Vanessa, 3-bedroom, 1-bath, that has an unpermitted 1-bedroom, 1-bath in the back, and another unpermitted garage just turned into a studio. So, if you have a buyer for that, right? 750. It's a really good deal. Those want to play the market, you're gonna have to speak up.
What about the 5-bedroom? What was the first one?
5-bedroom is gonna be, we haven't, I think, it's probably anywhere from $1 million to 80.
Make sure you guys connect. So awesome. Anyone else? All right, team. Well, that concludes our team meeting tonight. Thank you.